miles of Delaware County, Oklahoma are a series of twists and turns through heavily wooded areas and over pristine creeks. The gravel roads between the turns are sometimes the only sign there are people living there. The road to Three Springs Organic Farm is no different.
But we were like in our mid-20s when we started.
I mean, it really is the creek. I mean, that's like when we think about it, and that's really when we saw that, we're like, oh, we need to be here.
For 12 years, Mike Apple and Emily Oakley spent their seasons harvesting in peace. Until Mike noticed a sold sign down the road in Oaks. A new neighbor was moving in, a chicken farm. Suddenly, the future of their creek and their home seemed uncertain.
How is that change taking place? And how did a community go from kind of being a sleepy spot to suddenly like the epicenter of a bunch of chicken houses?
Delaware County has seen a huge boom in chicken farms over the last few years. Since January 2017, there have been 156 new chicken houses in Delaware County alone, the most of any county by far in Oklahoma. That's according to information from the Department of Agriculture. Those houses are home to more than 6.6 million chickens.
I just don't think we have anybody. I've tried, I've written letters, I've tried, I've emailed, I've done, I've went.
6 chicken houses are just south of Beth Williamson near Leach. 6 more are being built right across from her home of 20 years.
But also, this is our family home. This is where do I want to move? No. I've moved once before when we moved over here, and I don't like to move. But I feel like I'm being forced out.
Forced out as chicken houses make their way in to meet the demands of the growing chicken industry in Arkansas. Simmons Chicken is building a brand new chicken processing facility just across the state line. Many of the chicken farms popping up over the county bear the Simmons name. Simmons representatives told us in a statement 40% of their farmers they contract with are in Northeast Oklahoma. But they say the farmers are independent contractors and that the company does not determine where or how many chicken houses farmers build. And as the industry expands, some Delaware County folks wonder who's really looking out for them.
I worked in the industry, but I represent all of District 5, whether you're in poultry or not. So
Representative Josh West represents Delaware County and says he works for Simmons when the legislature isn't in session. He's received around $11,500 in campaign contributions from folks in the chicken industry.
if you're willing to sell your soul for a contribution, then you're in the wrong business. I mean, there should be one reason to do this, and that's to serve and do what's best for the state regardless.
In the weeks following our interview, West worked with officials to start the Coordinating Council on Poultry Growth. The council will be investigating the impact of all the new chicken farms in Northeast Oklahoma. New laws, if any, won't be brought forth until next year. But West says he won't vote for anything that restricts property rights.
So I would not personally run legislation to tell somebody what they can do on their land. Now, if we want to look at studies, there's options for county stuff. That the commissioners could put something, for the people to vote on.
Like I say, as a board of commissioners, we have to go by what we have to work with.
It's now become a finger-pointing game with no one claiming responsibility. Delaware County Commissioner David Poindexter says they can only enforce the laws that are created by state lawmakers. And the poultry farms are often in or around unincorporated small towns with no zoning restrictions. He says if the county commissioners decide to put zoning restrictions out in the country, it could result in a lawsuit the county can't afford.
You think of Pandora's box. I know it's kind of generalizing, but you really can open up a can of worms in a hurry.
If the zoning allows it, there are no state laws prohibiting the number of farms per county, how close the farms are to each other, and how close the farms are to water, according to the Department of Agriculture.
Okay, well, they're waiting on me, so, okay.
Even now, it may be too late for Beth and her family. She's tried to sell her property to just get out now while she still can. She says a chicken farmer offered to buy half of it closest to the road, which isn't feasible.
The other night I stepped out to water my flowers and I got the smell and I thought, what's it gonna be like here in a few more months? What's it gonna smell like? Think about it.
You're hopeful. Okay, that's just a few houses here. And then this did come into our backyard, and then that did wake us up.
In Oaks, Emily and Mike found a lawyer to help them stop the chicken farmer from moving in down the way. They won, but they know the farm will just move somewhere else in Delaware County.
And I'm willing to lose sleep. I'm willing to lose time with my family. I'm willing to lose money on my farm. Like, I hope I don't, but I'm willing to do those sacrifices.
A vow that her fight isn't over, even as new chicken houses continue to pop up. Maureen Wertz, Tulsa's Channel 8.